Welcome. Starting a business is actually pretty easy, I would say. And if it's not easy, it's pretty simple if you break it down in parts and if you make a checkoff list. Make a list of things, items, equipment that you're going to need to succeed at whatever business it is you're trying to start. Then check them off. Go and get these items, this equipment that you're going to need. How I started a painting and drywall business. The name of my business is MC Painting. I started this business a few years ago. What did I start with, right? So I'm working 10-hour shifts, 6 days a week, and I decide, you know what? I need more work because working 60 hours a week is not enough. Let me start a business. And out of all the businesses that I could have started, I decided to start painting. I did it back in high school. How hard could it be for me to start my own thing? Then I started making a list. Well, what do I need? First things first, I needed transportation, and I had it. I had a car. Check that off. Next, I needed money to go buy the tools that I was going to use. Did not have money, so I start saving. My plan, my goal was to save money for 2 to 3 months, and hopefully that would be enough to buy the tools I was going to need. So I go to the bank, open up a checking account because I know that this checking account is going to be for the business. I open it, and every paycheck, I just start saving a little bit. And for, a little over 2 months, I'm saving up money, and I have enough. I have enough money, or so I think, to go buy the tools. So I call up a buddy of mine. He's a painter. He's a drywaller. Hit him up. Hey, man, can you go to Sherwin-Williams with me? I'm going to go buy some tools. So we go. I tell him, hey, I'm starting my own painting business. I need 2 sets of tools. I need a set of tools for myself, and I need a set of tools for my helper, whoever that's going to be that goes to these jobs with me. And you got to get all the tools that you need. Got to get your pencil, your multi-tool 7-in-1. We got the drywall one. This one is also for drywall. We ran to Menards to go pick up a tool box, but you get what I mean, right? We get the rollers, we get the brushes, we get the extension poles, 2 sets, 2 of everything, and we're done. That's how I actually make my first purchase on this checking account that I opened, right? The first time I use this checking account is for the business. My first expense is tools for the business that I'm starting. So now I have a car, I have a checking account, and I have tools. Well, what do I need next? I need to open up a business account at Sherwin-Williams. And what do you need to open up a checking account at Sherwin-Williams? Well, you need a name, you need your ID. That's it. You open up this account and you get a lot more benefits versus someone that just walks in the door with no account. If you're more curious or you want more information about this business accounts that Sherwin-Williams offers, I would recommend you go into a location and just talk to them there. They'll be able to explain to you a lot better what benefits you get from opening an account. And if you have any questions, you can just ask them directly. So now I have a car, I have a checking account, I have my tools, and I have a business account. So I'm moving along, and I'm about 2.5 months in after deciding, hey, this is what I'm going to try next. I previously had already owned another business, so I just I was moving along. Well, what do I need next? After you have all these things, right? You have all your equipment, you're ready to go. Well, you need to put the word out. People need to know that, hey, You are out here just ready to start working for whoever needs work done. You need to order your business cards. I use Vistaprint. I know there's tons of other websites. That's who I use. I don't know if they're expensive or cheap. That's who I've used always. That's just what I'm used to. Their templates are awesome. Just go on there, go on anywhere. Use the templates, make your business cards, and order them. I always order between 100 and 150 because in my mind, I know I have to hand them out. So I'm good to go, right? I have a car, I have my checking account, I have my tools, my business account, and now I have my business cards. Well, what do you do with them? Hand them out, please. Please hand them out to everyone. Call everyone that you have on your cell phone. Everyone that's on your phone, on your phone list, call them and give them cards out. I would only recommend you hand out 2 cards per person because think about it, right? You give them 1 card, that's for them. That's probably going to go in their wallet, in the car, at home somewhere. If you give them a stack of cards, they're all going to go in the same spot. So just give out 2 cards, 1 for them and hopefully 1 that they can pass out to someone else. And that is how you start. You gotta break it down. I needed transportation, done. Checking account, done. Tools, done. Business account, done. Business cards, handed out, done. Now, here comes the hard part. You gotta wait. You wait. And I've waited about maybe 2 months. Yeah, I think I waited about 2 months, or 2 months went by, maybe 3 months before I got my first phone call. And it actually came from Sherwin-Williams. So Menards, Lowe's, Sherwin-Williams. When you go in, they have a spot where on the wall where you can leave your business cards if you're a contractor. You leave them there. Clients, customers go in, they see it, they grab it. That's what happened to me. I get a phone call. Hey, I was at Sherwin-Williams. I picked out your card from the wall. Can you come to my house and give me a bid? First customer, right? So I go, I give them a bid, I get the job. So that's my first job. My first job came from the wall on Sherwin-Williams. And it was a pretty easy job. The guy had already picked up the paint. He just needed me to show up and actually just get the painting done. I was just doing some touch-ups on the side of the house, on the second floor, on the outside, second floor, and then like on the first floor, like the high. Done. That's my first job. What happens when then you wait, right? You get that job done and then you wait again. I think for my next job, I waited another month before I got a phone call. And what happened was that I had given out these cards to everyone that I could, right? I have over 100 cards. I'm giving them out to everyone. I'm leaving them everywhere. I'm going out to restaurants and leaving them on the table, right? If I go to Walmart, I'll try to leave it at Walmart. I'm leaving these cards anywhere people walk by, sit by. I was going to school as well for a little bit. I was leaving it at school. I was only taking 2 classes, nothing crazy. So wherever I could go, I was just handing out cards, leaving them. Because you gotta get out there. And yeah, so first job took about 2 months, maybe 3. Second job took about a month for it to come back and get my second call. But what happens when you start getting calls where you're gonna need at least one more person? How do you find employees? How do you find people to help you get a job done? This is what I did. I went and asked my family, my friends, and my coworkers because I'm working, right? So that's where I found employees. You go and ask someone, and you kind of know, right? If you've talked to people, you've talked to your family, to your friends, well, go to the ones that they painted before. And thankfully, I do have people in my life where they have painted before, they have done drywall before, where I could just call up and say, hey man, I have a 1 day job, a 2 day job, a 3 day job, a 4 day job, a weekend job. Would you help me paint? Pay you X. Would you go with me? Sure thing. But you've got to go and ask your friends, families, co-workers. That's how you find your immediate helpers, like that. And that's how you get started. Then you can use, how do you find more jobs, right? So moving forward, what's the goal here? Well, to be doing as many jobs as you can. Because what's the goal here? What is the business plan? Well, the business plan is to get rich, to be a millionaire, right? Well, the business plan is to have consistent work coming in so that you can have consistent pay coming into your life. How else do you put the word out? So you got 100 business cards, you got 300 of them, and you handed them out, you put them everywhere. How else can you get work? Craigslist is a good place to find work. We found a lot of work on Craigslist. People just post what they need. You give them a call and you go. And the other big thing is you have to be willing to leave your town. Wherever you live, you need to understand that your work is going to come from outside of your environment, out of the safety of your hometown. Unless you live in a big city, then awesome, because you should have a lot of work. So these are the steps that you take, right? You need transportation. You need a checking account. And why is the checking account important? Because this is how you track your expenses. And that's how you pay your workers. You open up a checking account, you get checks. That's how you should be paying the people that come and help you. Write them a check so that you can keep track of the money coming in and money going out. That's why it's important to have a checking account. And it doesn't have to be a business account, because you do need the social security for your business. I forget what it's called. But just open up a checking account and know that that's for your business, right? So I have transportation, I have a checking account, I have tools, I have a business account at Sherwin-Williams, I have business cards that have been handed out, and I'm on Craigslist looking for work. And that's how I started painting. Now I no longer do that. I shut that down back in 2020, right when COVID hit. It wasn't because of COVID. I just was not a big fan of constantly having to look for work. I liked the idea of going to work. I like painting. I like doing drywall. It was just kind of hard on me having to do both, right? Having to be the worker and having to look up jobs. And on top of that, I'm still working a full-time job, but it can be done. I would say that the mistake that I made while running MC Painting was not finding a partner, not finding someone that could have taken that half off. Saying, hey, look, I have a painting business. It's good to go. I just need someone to find work for me. And, splitting pay, splitting money, figure it out, man. Like, you're starting a business. In the long run, you're not going to be working alone. The more successful your business is, the more people are going to be joining your team, your business, right? So don't be greedy with the pay. Don't worry about, who's making more money than who. dude, worry about growing your business, because you will get to that point where like it just, everything will fall into place how it's supposed to. But when you're starting off, you don't know if this business idea is going to last a month, a year, or 5 years. So my mistake was not finding someone that I could have just split the workload and said, hey, you find all the jobs that you can, and I will go do them, and I will find the workers, because I already have that. So when you guys start your own business, if you can split up some of the workload between someone else, do it when you get to that point. So I would say that that's one of the mistakes that I made, looking back. What would I change if I had to start the business up again? I would change to just doing 2 to 3 day projects. Before, I was taking on 5 day, 6 day projects. I'm going to this job sites. Hey, I'll be here from Monday to Saturday. It's gonna take 5 days to paint your house, to drywall your place. I think that moving forward, what I would change, or I know, is I would change it to just finding smaller jobs. That's the big one that I would change to now, because that's my customer. I think that if someone's looking to just have their living room painted, their kitchen, maybe they have a couple bathrooms they want painted, I think they're more likely to spend $3,000 on just a few rooms versus you go and bid a whole house, and now it's going to be $5,000, $6,000 to paint the whole house. I think people will be more willing to just get one, maybe a couple rooms done. So that's what I would do differently if I started painting again. Good luck, thank you, and get started.